Saw the money and got activated. Saw the money and got activated. Saw that money and got activated. I saw that money and got activated. Canada Goose. Keep me wearing my Cold City. I got a pole with me. Glock on 450.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, back on the first gen again. We are gonna put all the interior pieces back in. I took them all home and repainted them. The hard body is literally full of interior pieces. Only thing I didn't bring back up here is door panels, because those aren't going on yet, because we might have scored a deal on something. I don't want to speak about it too much because I don't want to jinx myself. And you know what? Screw that. We are supposed to go pick up rust-free, dent-free doors, fenders, and inner fenders this Friday. It's supposed to happen. I don't know what could really prevent it from happening, aside from the fact I don't have anything to pick it up yet with. It's only like 30 minutes away, which is even better. I don't have to drive out of state. And if that's the case, we can literally, like, oh, guys, I'm about to be super pumped. And I know you're probably all thinking, like, so you basically put the doors and the fenders on for no reason, which you're probably right. But I want to get everything on the truck to kind of finalize everything. And if we have to swap parts out, that's not a big deal. Like, for example, we need to raise the bumper. Can't really do that without the fenders on the truck because I don't know where it needs to sit. I need windows to seal because I want to put the interior in it, but if I put the interior in it with all the doors and stuff off, everything in here is going to turn dusty, and I have brand new carpet, so I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's kind of why. But it sounds like if we can make this happen, it'll be probably the score of the year. So yeah, gonna start unloading all the interior stuff out of the hard body, and I guess we'll get to work on this unit right here and get this interior looking amazing again. It should be fun because, like I said, a lot of the holes where stuff screws in is covered from the kill mat stuff, which we still have to finish some of the kill mat stuff, but it should take us like 10-20 minutes, something like that. So we're gonna jump right into that, I guess. Okay guys, for the last like freaking hour, we've been hustling away at cleaning and finishing all of the kill mat stuff in here. I'm gonna grab the flashlight so I can show you guys a little more of the attention to detail stuff, because I spent probably about 40 of those minutes, which for what I did sounds like a lot, but I went through and, well, I foil taped, let's see if that looks better. I foil taped the big wires down. I ran out right here, but I went through and fabric taped all of the wires that go certain places. So this is to the powered seat, so I got that taped to the floor so it doesn't move around. We got this taped to the floor as well, and that goes to the center console, power to the center console. This is your seat belt light thing, which is just going to stay under the carpet. I'm not going to hook it up. Went through and divided everything up there nice and neat. It doesn't really do any justice on camera, but we're about to throw the carpet in. I went ahead and poked the holes for the seat mounting points, so we'll be able to throw the carpet in. The hardest part will be poking holes in the carpet so that I can run stuff through, but aside from that, the carpet should be pretty easy to get in. Honestly, that should be the easiest part. The part I'm most worried about is putting the interior panels and stuff back in with most of the holes being covered. That'll probably suck, but yeah, I guess we're gonna throw this carpet in. There's the carpet. So the downside is the carpet's going to take a while to kind of break in and mold itself. It is molded carpet, like for example, it has insulation under each of the floorboards, and it has insulation underneath this back piece right here to kind of thicken it so your foot doesn't rub a hole through the carpet kind of thing. But I mean, it's molding up pretty good. It just, with this kill mat stuff, it's going to slide around a lot. I'll probably end up buying some type of spray adhesive. But one thing I did forget about is the walls and stuff are lined in carpet as well, which I don't believe you can buy. So I'll probably end up having to put the old stuff back up, which was kind of like fabric sprayed black. Probably won't look as good. I mean, I'm even kind of considering like maybe even just bed lining the back wall, and I don't know. We'll probably try to put actually the sides I know for a fact I can't put back in because I ripped them pulling them out, but the back piece I believe is still all in one piece. I'm definitely gonna bed line the inside of here. I did decide that because you can't see it and you don't touch it or anything, so I'll probably put that fabric piece up right there, and then I will probably just bed line the insides of those. So I guess now we can cut holes for our wires and stuff, and cut holes for the seats. The only scary thing is I really don't want to like poke holes and then the carpet get scrunched up. I don't know. I guess we're just gonna send it and put the seats in here. There's a cricket right there and Cash is trying to get it. Oh. Cash, I don't think he wants to play. You're such a goofer. Anyhow, here's all the interior parts. They look so much better. Now the goal is to get them all in without scratching any of them. I think I'm about to put the kick panels in just to see how stuff fits up with all the sound deadening. And the best part is going to be trying to find all the screws that go to everything, which I doubt I will. So the good news is none of this stuff is anything fancy. It's literally just like coarse threaded screws. They're not nothing wild. So I guess we're going to throw that stuff in. We got the driver's seat basically in. The front two holes are cut and through the carpet, and the bolts are kind of dropped through. I kind of want to hold off on bolting this up because I want to get different bolts that aren't so long, and then I also want to make a steel plate that the bolts just went through the floor and then into a washer, and technically if I ever wreck this truck, those bolts would literally rip straight through the floor. So I want to put like some nice big square steel plates on each bolt, so that way I know they're strong, and if anything the bolts might snap, because this truck is a seat belt to originally they bolt to the floor, but this style seat I modified the buckles to mount to the seat instead. So I got the seat in. I kind of want to finish up. I got the kick panels in. Don't know how well you can tell on camera. Let me grab the flashlight now. So here we go. You guys can see it a lot better now. So seats in, like I said. Kick panels in. That kick panel over there is in too. Back windows are in, as you can see. And I think that's gonna be it for tonight, because I want to I'm kind of getting tired of working on the interior, not gonna lie. And then I also want to kind of try and get that back fabric piece painted, and also try and pick up some adhesive to spray on that back wall for that to stick on there. So I think we're gonna move from this to try and start mocking up the bumper to be a little higher, because I did get the grill on the truck. So I want to try and raise the bumper up. So this is the first mock-up. this is utilizing the very two bottom holes on the top, on the highest bolt hole, if that makes sense. So it looks like it needs to come up almost another 2 inches. So I'm gonna look at the bracket and see what we can do with the bracket. If anything, what I'm thinking we can do is take the bracket, unbolt it from here, and add extensions to it to drop it down. And then that should, so it's definitely doable. So I'm gonna pull this back off, see what we can work with, see if it's something as simple as I can just drill 2 new holes, or if I'm gonna have to weld some stuff. Okay, so it looks like the plan is I'm gonna cut this lip off here and then add or weld on an extension plate, maybe like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 inch extension plate. Yeah, maybe about 2 or 3 inches, yeah. And then just weld that on and I'll be golden. I could try and drill a hole here, but I just don't think it'd be tall enough. So like I said, we'll just cut this lip off here, weld an extension plate, and that should be plenty. And that should kind of get us up high enough. So I'm pretty sure we ran out of gas, which is super annoying, but I'm really proud of these welds right here. So those right there, that section, I did really good. That section up there, I had to fill in like almost a ½ inch gap. So those are like super fat, but I am super proud of those right there, without a doubt. So I got this plate on. We just have to do the other plate, but I think we're out of gas, and if we're out of gas, that sucks. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna cut the next piece. I know this looks probably really janky, but it's gonna work. So got our second bracket put on. So now comes the tricky part, because we're gonna have to hold this thing up and also like get it perfect so we can mark holes to drill holes. It's gonna be tricky, that's for sure. Okay, so right here, the bumper is actually level on both sides. Because you can see that there's a bigger gap here than there is over here. The bumper measures 24 inches from the floor on both sides, and the core support is 29 3/4 inches on this side and 29 on this side. So this side of the core support is 3/4 of an inch taller, and that's why you have that gap. And it's because the core support, for one, isn't bolted down, so it's just kind of floating there. So that's probably the reasoning behind that. But I need to go through pictures and see how much of a gap was here before, so that way I know if I need to go up a little higher with the bumper. It looks like I need to go up higher with the bumper, but I'm not sure if that's because it needs to be spun back some, which it looks like it does need to be spun back some. Oh, I see. The bracket is hitting right there, so we might need to cut that. So we'll probably have to trim that edge off right there. If you can see where it's hitting on both sides. So We might have to cut that off and then maybe raise it a hair more. Let me go through pictures and look. Okay guys, so we got the those pieces trimmed, as you can see, and they're not hitting on this side, but this side it is hitting, but the bumper is pretty much about where I want it. Like that's pretty good. I went and looked at pictures, and that gap from last night was definitely way too big. I'm still not 100% sure that this is where it needs to be, but we'll probably trim this one a little more, take some measurements, and then we'll maybe drill some holes. The good news is that even if we drill holes and then once we bolt the core support down and it doesn't line up right, it's not permanent, it's an easy fix. So we will do that real quick. But okay, so we're working on getting the bumper finalized, and I decided to go ahead and try and bolt the core support down. I took measurements. It seems like everything's even. This side of the core support is like a 1/4 inch lower than this side, and believe it or not, it's the right length back from front to back apparently. So but one thing I wanted to jump on here and tell you guys real quick is, so you have your core support bushing that goes here. Well, it comes with 2, and then you put another one up inside here where it bolts up, but it'll come around, right? Let me see if I can find another one. So this is how they come, and they don't fit up in there, right? So I filed mine down with 2 flat sides, and it fits right up in there perfectly. Otherwise it'll like get pinched in there, and there's no way it could ever bolt down right, in my opinion. So yeah, I filed mine down and I'm getting ready to bolt it up. Okay, so I've came to a conclusion on why I kept pushing the bumper crooked. And if you look here, so basically if you look right there, that's where this plate is welded, and if you look at this plate, it's level with this. So basically I accidentally put that plate too far back. So the reasoning and why I was trying to make these even both on the frame, so that's why it was making it crooked. So I need to measure the difference between these two and make sure that I make the difference up when I bolt it up. But we have to trim these more. I'm just gonna cut like an L out of it just to make sure that they're not an issue, and then the bumper should be able to go on permanently after that. Got both of those trimmed. We just finished up getting all the holes drilled for the bumper. We're gonna slap it up there now and see how it turned out. Okay, so we got the bumper on. If you notice the gaps here, those won't be there. There's normally like a piece that goes inside there that I haven't put on there yet. But guys, she looks tough. She looks a lot taller, that's for sure. I mean, just this angle right here is just like, it's on the money. It's on the money right there. Like, man, that looks good. Oh, I'm so excited. I think there's definitely some alignment issues, as far as you see this gap here and then you see this gap here. So I'm definitely gonna have to bring the bumper out a little bit and then bring this side in a little bit, because that's definitely not how that's supposed to be. That's not a big deal though. The thing I was really worried about is, like, you know, this way, and it's completely straight that way. It just needs to come out a little bit on this side and go in a hair on this side, which I have a little bit of play, I think. So yeah, that's not a big deal. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll be doing body work finally, doing all the Bondo, as far as like where we welded over the trim holes, and then the pitting in the bed right there. And then after that, guys, all we gotta do is primer the roof, and we are completely done with body work. Unless the body panels we pick up tomorrow end up needing a little bit of work. But if not, we're literally gonna be able to put this truck, I can't even fathom the thought right now. If these body panels we go pick up tomorrow are straight, we can literally put the truck back together, like completely back together, and drive it. Like, we still got to do the suspension stuff, but like it'll be, guys. All right, stay tuned for the next video. I don't want to talk too much. I appreciate you guys watching, and see you in the next one. Deuces.
Oh my god! Did you shit yourself? Oh my god!